Hey guys, we're out here with the Manticore today doing some fun stuff with it. I got a custom Ferrous limit you're going to want to write down, or I'm going to show you how to do this. We got some really cool settings I'm going to share with you. Not only do I like these settings, but a friend of mine and another YouTuber you might already know shared these with me as well. So I'll give him a big shout out in the video, but I'm going to walk you through how to set up this custom Ferrous limit step by step so you know how to do it and get it on your Manticore as well. All right? Stay tuned, we're just getting started. Hey guys, Sky here from the Mental Metal channel and mentalmetaldetecting.com, and right now in front of you on screen you're looking at the Minelab Manticore. I have the Ferrous limits up. We're going to show you how to change the Ferrous limits and make a custom Ferrous limit setup. Now I have one I really like. I'm going to show you what it is. This is what I'm going to show you how to set up today. This is the one we're going to set up. I know it looks kind of funny. If you look at the gray bars, this is what's discriminated out. This is what's discriminated out. And there's a little sliver over here starting at target ID number 2 that's grayed out. This is a custom Ferrous limit setup that was shared with me from Brian over at Southern Relic Adventures. Brian and I talked quite a bit about this machine and what we've been able to unlock with it. He's having a lot of good success with this machine and his plantation site that he's been hunting. It's just full of nails and iron and stuff. I don't have that condition up here per se. I do have some sites where they're pretty gnarly with iron and nails and stuff, but not quite what he's dealing with down there. But he has figured out a way to unmask a lot of the stuff, and he's using this Ferrous limit setup. So it's a custom setup. I'm going to show you how to use it today, I'm going to show you how to set it up today. It's late and I'm tired, so my words are going to be I'm going to be struggling to talk, but I'm really excited about this. Like I said, Brian shared it with me. I think he also got it from somebody that he knows. I wish I had the name. I'd give him a shout out, but Brian, you know who it is. If you know who it is, throw a comment in the video if you see this. But shout out to Brian for sharing it with me. Now, I love this setup actually because I feel like the Manticore has been unjustifiably given a bad rap for a lot of people out there when it first came out. Now, don't get me wrong, you know, Minelab, the way they came out with this machine and the way they sold it and the 900 coming out at the same time was just not a good launch. And then it had some issues with iron, and then they put a patch in, updated it, and now you have the iron filter and the stabilizer, and that has made a world of difference on this machine. So much so that I will dare to say this is becoming one of my favorite machines to use, right next to the Deus. So Deus 2. So right now the top 2 machines for me are the Deus 2 and the Manticore. And the Manticore, I'm not lying folks, it's slowly taking over. For me, that's a hard thing to admit because I do love the Deus, and I always have, but I'm really finding some really cool features. We're really figuring this machine out now, especially with the addition of the M8 coil, and I hear the M9 coil's coming out. So that's going to be awesome. It's going to be a 9-inch coil. So there's just a lot of stuff about this machine that people just don't understand, and I think we need to take another hard look at the Manticore. At the time I'm videotaping this, there's a killer sale going on right now with Minelab celebrating their 35th year. You can get a Manticore right now at the time of this video for $12.99, I believe, from Fort Bedford. So, and it might be a different configuration, might be even cheaper. I don't know, but check with them, see if they still have the sale going on. It's an amazing sale, and a lot of people are picking up Manticores again. So good for you. All this stuff I'm going to show you tonight is a little confusing at first. I need you to just bear with me a little bit. It's going to be hard for me to explain. On the screen, I want you to pay close attention. You'll see right now that there's a red dot over here in the Ferrous limit window. There's a series of dots. You'll count them. They're all over in here. To get our custom setup to look like that, we have to edit each one of these. So it's going to be a little bit of an editing game here, and it's not easy at first until you start seeing how it works. But this is another thing they brought over from the 3030. When you did stuff like this to the 3030, you'd have to. The easiest way was to do it over on the computer and then upload the changes, and that was the easiest way. They've kind of incorporated all that in here now, and it's kind of easy to do. You just got to use it a little bit to understand how to edit it. I had to actually relearn it tonight just to show you because I was screwing it up trying to make this video. So we're going to back out of this, and I'm going to go into the next slot, the custom 2 slot. You can save up to, I think, 4 or 5 of them here, at least 4 of them to your own specifications. I'm going to hit the pencil to edit it. So this is what I'm looking at now. This is what I was messing around with earlier. So my sections or dots are different. You have a target ID part to this, and you have a Ferrous limit part to this. Now what we're going to do is we need to figure out a way to get the first 2 target IDs grayed out all the way up and down the left-hand side, and then we need to take the upper limit, change it to 17, and the lower limit we need to change to -17. Those are your key numbers. So write those down: 17, -17, and 2. All right, so we have to figure out a way to get all that lined up so you have it looking just like this one. This is what we got to make it look like right there. All right, so we're going to do that right now. We're going to go over there again, hit the pencil. Now, there is a way to notice what you're editing. You got to pay close attention because hopefully you can see this in my screen right now or your screen. You're going to see a red line and a dot highlighted. If you hit your arrow keys, you will move through all of these where you're now lined up with this one. Now you're lined up with that one. If you keep going, you can go across or down. Now it's up the bottom. Scroll back. So you see how this is going to work. We need to figure out a way to get the first 2 target IDs grayed out. So right now I have this first dot highlighted in line. I need to hit the pencil button now. We're gonna mess with the first one, and then we'll go down. We'll mess with the one below it, and we'll work our way across. All right, I think that's the simplest way to do this. Hit your pencil button or your edit button. Now you see the target ID says it's at 15. We need to make that 2. So what we're going to do is we're going to back to 2. So it says 2. Now remember, we want it all grayed out, all the ways down as far as we can. So we need to do the Ferrous limit and start bringing this 2 all the way down to where you get to, I believe, 0. And then you can't go any further. So now I have partially 2 done, but I have to do the rest of it. So we need to go down to the next line. So we need to back out of this, and we need to go down with our arrow key to the bottom one. All right. Now the same thing applies. When you want to edit, hit the pencil. We need to back this up to target ID of 2. Now it's at 2. Now we need to take the Ferrous limits and go up all the way to 0. Bam. All right, so now our first row, target IDs from 0 to 2, or 1 to 2, is now grayed out. Now we have to go to the next one. So you got to back out, and you got to move over, go up and over. Now we have this one we have to contend with, so we need to edit again. Now the Ferrous limit for this one is already 17, and the target ID is 39. So do you think we need to change anything? The answer is no, because we already have it set at 17. So we need to go to the bottom one and see how that one is set up. Hit the edit button again. Now you see my target ID is 38 and my lower limit is -17. Well, remember, I want upper limit to be 17. I want my lower limit to be -17. So this one is fine. I don't need to change anything. I don't need to change the target ID at all. So now we need to go get out of this again, go back up, scroll over to the next one. We're going to look at it again and see what it is. Right now my upper limit is 17. We don't need to change that. My target ID, I really don't care. But now if we get out of this, go to the bottom one, and we go edit again, now I need to make some changes. My lower limit is -19. I don't want that. I want it to be -17. I don't care about my target ID for this one either, but I do need to change the Ferrous limit. So I'm going to bump it up to where it's now -17. So you see where I'm doing, what I'm doing here. I'm editing, and then I'm backing out, moving my dot to the next dot in the line. Now this one we're going to have to change as well. I can already see that it's 79 and 13, so we want to edit that one. And I need to raise raise up my upper limit to 17. Just like that. Back out of this, go down to the one below it. And I'm highlighted already, so I want to edit that, and I need to raise this up to -19. Or I'm sorry, -17. Just like that. Then I'm going to back out of here. I'm going to go up to the next one, scroll over, and this should be, I believe, the final one, if I'm not mistaken. We're going to edit this, or the final one on the top, I should say. We're going to change that to 17. And now we're going to go down to the bottom one, the final bottom edit, and we need to raise this up to -17. Now, if you look at it, everything is now lined up, almost a complete rectangle, perfect, except for that 2 on the side. And that's how you change and customize this Ferrous limit. So now when you come out, we know custom 2 is set up to be what we want. And once you set it up and get out of there and you are selected on custom 2, if you come back to your main screen, your search program, check it out. You've got it all set up. If you want to turn all metal, you turn all metal, that opens everything up. But now, if you don't need that and you have your custom Ferrous limit set up, that's how you do it. And then if you wanted to change your search program, let's come down here to our search program. Let's say we don't want to use all terrain general. We want to use, maybe we want to use low conductors. Get out of here. Notice it's still there. So it stays with your search program until you change it. So if you wanted to go back to the defaults, you got to come up here to your Ferrous limits. You want to change the custom program. Maybe you want to do the default, the preset, get out of there, and now you have your preset in there again, okay? But again, to change it, you need to select your custom that you just did, back out of there, now you're back to the custom one you made. I believe you might be able to set up a hotkey or a soft key for that, I'm not sure, but if not, it's not too big, it's not that big of a deal, but that is how you do it. It's not really hard. You just got to keep track of where those dots are, because some of those dots are real close together and you won't be able to see them real good unless you start moving them around. Then you'll see. But once you move a couple of them around, you'll get the hang of it. It's not really that hard. But this setup is amazing. I wouldn't show you this if I didn't think you should use it. Like I said, Brian over at Southern Relic Adventures and I have been messing around with this. He's been using it more than me. I just haven't had a chance to get out much lately. But these settings really open this machine up a little wider and make it run a little, I would say, it's as someone would say in Europe, sparky, I think is what the term is, or spunky, I don't know. But I think the power of this machine is letting it run a little bit wider open than the defaults. A lot of times I hunt in all metal, honestly. But these custom Ferrous limits work really well, and I think for coins and relics and things like that, you may want to give that a shot and check it out. But that's how you set it up. Again, just real quick, make sure you go to your custom Ferrous limits, pick the one you want to edit, hit your pencil, Remember your dots. You got to move the dots to where you want them to be. So you got to do that first. Once you do that, or I'm sorry, once you get in here, you move your dot to whatever dot you want to change. And then you go into your pencil again. You change it to whatever you want it to be, 17, and so forth. So I'm not going to walk through all of it again. You can rewatch the video, but it's a very, very easy thing to do. It's a very powerful feature of this machine that I think you're going to like. So give it a shot. Don't be afraid to get in there and mess around with it. Like I said, you can always reset the machine if you need to. So just, get into this machine, start using it. I love these settings. I think they're awesome, and I think you'll like them too. All right? So that's it for me today. That's it for me today in these custom Ferrous limits. Rocky was a good dog. He didn't mess around, didn't cause any mischief. So we are going to get out of here before he gets a little crazy. All right? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. Join me over on Patreon. Like I said, we have a lot going on Patreon, and if you don't like Patreon, join me over on YouTube memberships. You'll get to see all this stuff early. I do some polls and stuff over there as well, but if you really want to get engaged and do some stuff directly with me, check me out over on Patreon. If you're looking for one-on-one instruction on some of these machines I own, take a look at the customized membership tier over there for more engagement from me. All right, so that's it for me tonight. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another mental video.